Hey guys, John Rettinger here with some initial impressions and overview for you of Apple's new multi-touch Magic Mouse. There's no magic going on here, just a single multi-touch surface with a sole click button frame. Gone from last generation are the two side pressure buttons on the side of the outgoing Mighty Mouse and everybody's favorite little nipple ball that you could push in. Now this thing, if you've ever used it, probably worked for a few weeks and then got clogged with dirt and became almost unusable. So it's been a welcome change to Apple Mouse fans that finally there's something new. But with the new also comes the bad. And the Magic Mouse definitely has some bad with it. Before we get to that, let's talk about some of the positives. It's got a novelty factor to it. Scrolling up and down web pages with your finger like this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying using the mouse. Pointing is very accurate. The single click is very accurate. You can right click just like you can any other mouse. Just use your right finger. You have to set that up in the preferences. But it works, and it works quite well. I'm actually finding myself more and more using the two-finger swiping to go to and from web pages, instead of having a mouse up to the arrow and hit it. It's a very nice feature, and for those of you that use a MacBook or a MacBook Pro with a glass trackpad, it's probably sort of a functionality that you're familiar with. But for those of us that have been using physical mice on an iMac or something else, it's a new change. So down to some of the negatives and things that I don't like about the device. Well, gone, like I said before, are the two pressure-sensitive buttons on the outside of the mouse. And I used to use that all the time for activating Expose. And of course, I can no longer do that. Also, on that little nipple ball, if you push that in, that was also a button. And I would use that to hide the desktop. And unfortunately, that's gone as well. So I went to Apple and I asked them what they're telling people to do. How are you going to get around the loss of two functionalities on a mouse with really no surface? And their response was use hot corners. And I've never used hot corners before, but essentially what that means is you swipe your mouse up to one of the corners of your monitor and it activates something. So now I've got mine set. Every time I swipe it up to the upper right, it activates Expose. When I swipe it down to the bottom right, it shows desktop. It's not nearly as elegant and as easy as it was on the Mighty Mouse. And I definitely miss having those buttons, but I think that I'm going to get used to it. Having only had this for just a little over a day, I don't think it's fair to make a judgment call on it quite yet. But I wanted you guys to have the information. So seeing as this is shipping with all new iMacs, and new iMacs do support Boot Camp, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the drivers to support the Magic Mouse actually are included on your install CDs that came with your computer. So I believe this will work with Windows, but only if you have the proper drivers. It's a question I've been getting quite a bit. I wouldn't go out and buy it just for Windows, but if you're using Boot Camp on your Mac, you certainly want to use your original mouse. Go ahead. You may have limited functionality, but at least use it as a pointing device. It's a little bit low profile compared to the Magic Mouse, if you look. Certainly there's a big difference there. So that means when you have your wrist on it, you have to sort of lift your wrist up to do your clicking. And I'm not sure if that's going to become uncomfortable or not, but I guess time will tell, but something to keep in mind. I'm not so sure how ergonomic this is because it's so low pro. But I am enjoying it. I'm liking using it. It has a little bit of a novelty on it that hasn't worn out yet. So I'll keep you guys posted and let you know what I think when I do a full review in a few days. Are you guys going to jump out and get the Magic Mouse? Is it worth it for you? Are you excited to get it with your new iMac? Or you just want to go out and pick one up for 69 bucks? It's really going to come down to what you like. Certainly there are many more mice out there for the same price that do much more. But there aren't that many that have sort of the Apple style and that cool multi-touch trackpad on the top, which actually works from top all the way down to the bottom. Anyway guys, this is John Rettinger. For exclusive content, be sure to check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/John4Lakers. And to learn more about Techno Buffalo, check out technobuffalo.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.